Did I scare you? I'm sorry. In my planning of video, I wanted to at least post 1 or 2 things on Arcane. In this video, I'm going to show you my process on how I've drawn the character, the OC in the sportish style, so you can consider it like a tutorial. Obviously, I am absolutely not the first person doing this, and there is a lot of other artists making tutorials on how to do it. And if you want to have other point of view, here's some that I managed to find on YouTube. But before we start, I want to address 2 things. First, I am a student, so I won't be able to post regularly, but I will try to make good content on various things regarding art. Thank you to all the people that subscribe to my channel, and I promise you that you won't regret it. Thank you also to all the people who liked my first video on the Arcane Kids OC. And speaking of it, there was some people sad, I think, about the fact Mel and Jace didn't have children. So I say it here once and for all, if you didn't understood me in my last introduction. When I decided to make the kids, the first couple that I had in mind was in fact Mel and Jace. However, I decided to start with Vi and Caitlin and ask for suggestion in the comment section. I wanted to create stories as if all the kids were living at the same time. So when the first suggestion that came up was Mel and Lest, and later Jace and Victor, I did them. Mel and Jace was never once suggested, and so I didn't draw their kids, and as simple as that. But if they were, I would have drawn their children. I want you all to know that even though I didn't plan to make another video like that, I just can't ignore those who ask, and so I propose you this. In the comment section of this video, please write the kids what the name of the sheep you want me to do, and I make another video about your proposition starting with Mel and Jace. However, there will be no stories in that video because it would be too long to do if I have a lot of kids to draw. I will, however, give the kids names and age, but no backstory, or at least not in the video. Now that everything has been said, we can start. To do this style, I had to search tutorial on how to do it to know where I should start. That is something you as an artist should do. You can jump directly into a subject, but it's no harm to do some research before, just to be clear on how to start. In all the tutorials I've seen, they all say the same thing. The Arcane style uses this head right here called the Asaro head. So with that in mind, I started to study it, and by study I mean look at it while drawing. In art, observation is everything. You watch, reproduce, and then take the liberty to do as you please once you nailed the basics. I personally started to learn how to draw by observing the artists around me and on the internet, and redrawing some anime characters in the original style. After that, I use what I've learned from it to draw in the style I have today. Now, we are going to do just that before starting. Here we have a portrait of my baby, my love, Pow Pow. When placing the SRO head next to it, we can see how for both the shadows and lights are applied like geometrical shapes. When I look at 40 characters, the first things I noticed was the shadow, but most importantly this highlight around the eyes that almost all characters have. So we have to keep in mind that this is a key feature of this art style. 40 style is using the thing in art when you are told to make your drawing with hard and soft shadows. Here you can see on Powder's face the hard shadows and there the soft one. In the coloring also, when you look closer you can see how sometimes they keep the brushes marks, but I think it joins the hard and soft shadows part. We are now going to use our observation to start the drawing. And like in every drawing, we start with the sketch. And I based this face of a character from a show about dinosaurs on Netflix. So can you guess who it is? I don't like it when there is no line art. I love it too much. And in Arcane, which is in 3D, there is not always line art on the characters. From a digital 2D illustration perspective, we can say that this is more of a rendered art style, which I can't do for some reason. And by rendered art style, I mean this. Here we have a not so defined line art, and here we have defined line art. To give that illusion, I decided to use a small size of brush for my line art. I used the program Clip Studio Paint X, and these are my brush with what I use them for. After the line is done, I alpha lock the layer, change it to overlay, and apply with an airbrush a slightly dark red everywhere there is the skin, like that. For the 40 style, and usually I start by adding the shadows first. Here I am applying the shadows around the eyes and the nose and the chin with a medium dark. One thing I do is consider the 40 style as a building process. For each part of the face, I apply a first layer of medium dark and then a second one with an even darker color, adding each time more structure to the features. But let's go back to our first layer. Once applied, I use my blending brush to blend some areas like here next to the nose and on the chin. Like I'm showing, this is because the nose shadows some characters sometimes have, but it really depends on their feature, but I almost put it automatically on the characters. So with the SRO head and some reference, we can use that to build our face and build the features. Like you can see, as you can see, I started with the nose, which is my favorite part in the face. Arcane characters usually have two types of medium shadows on their nose, depending on the features they have. But there is one between the eyes and one just above the tip of the nose. But you can see that I forgot to do that one, but I will add it after. This was my first try for this video, and as you can see, I needed needed a little more building. I used different colors like blue or yellow to give more appeal to the skin. And another key part, as I said before, I don't remember, another key part of the Fortish style is how they use geometrical shapes on the face, more on the jaw and cheekbones, like we saw on the Acero head. It is only when I finish with the shadows that I had the highlights, starting with the highlights around the eyes, then on the chin, and last on the forehead. If I can give you one advice, this is the one. If you look at your drawing and wonder if it looks like Arcane, that means it doesn't. So you have to keep building your face, but smartly. By either adding more geometrical shapes on the side with lights or shadows, and or by adding other colors to the skin. So this is the result I got. So here is before I asked myself if it looks like Arcane, and this is after. Here is the difference between the two drawings, so and the areas I changed. I am not good at explaining, so I hope you understood me. However, I will be frank with you, I don't think I did a great job here. So let's do another drawing, and for this one, I will draw one of my OC. So we will do the same for this drawing. So the advice I gave, we will do the same for this drawing. It is midnight and this is the Speedpaint, and while it's playing I wanted to talk with you a little. So I am extremely surprised on how people don't listen to others anymore. I mean, in my first video I explicitly say that I drew what I was told to do, and I still had people complaining on how Mel and Jace wasn't a part of the ship I drew. I am not mad about it, just really amused by that. There was also someone going as far as calling people disgusting woke, and I pissed myself laughing when I read this. But anyway, because so many people are dying to see Mel and Jace babies, you will have your Mel and Jace babies. Just don't forget to mention them this time in the comment section. So this is the end of the video, and I hope I could help you a little and show you how I did the Arcane style. Please tell me in the comments if you think that I made it really similar to the show, so I can know if I did great or no. And thank you for watching until the end. Also, it's midnight. I'm really tired, and I think that while I'm at it, I will just pause this video right now and go to sleep. After, I will come back maybe next week, next weekend, maybe next next weekend. I don't know. I just know that I am going to sleep a lot because I am really, really tired. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you all another time. Bye bye.